Jordan,
Said on
we
it.
are going up in the world.
Mate,
We're in a pub.
we're flying.
We've got beers. We've got surf and turf on the way. And do you know why? Because we've got a new series, new sponsor.
What more do you want?
I know.
I've heard of them, to be fair. They're very, very good at what they do.
They're called The Athletic, and it's a sports magazine.
Yeah.
So basically, they've got the best coverage of all the clubs. So if you have your own club, they'll have the best coverage of that. They've got a world-class team of writers.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yep, and it's completely ad-free. So there's no pop-ups, no ads, no annoying little things that are going to come up on your phone. So sounds class.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
If you're interested, I would look on theathletic.co.uk
He's not reading this.
/ I had trials once, and you can actually sign up 7-day free trial, and then after that you get 50% off your yearly subscription, which works out at like £2.50 a month.
Is that all?
£2
For all that?
Yeah, so it's like, how does that work out?
Do you know what? It's
Just
actually
over.
very, very knowledgeable as well.
Is it
Yeah.
good magazine?
Yeah, it's very
I
good.
need to have a look. So basically, for 60p a week, you can sign up, but you need to look at theathletic.co.uk / I had trials once.
Make sure you mention us, because we get some dough then as well.
Yeah, have a little sign up, have a read, but it's meant to be brilliant.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Dino,
Yeah.
welcome.
How are you?
I'm all right.
What about me?
Oh yeah, sorry, Jordan.
Fucking hell,
Jordan.
Aye.
Fucking hell. My first time in Hull.
Right.
Decent.
Good experience.
Yeah, I've seen some characters already coming in.
Alive, like, but
Yeah, well, we're in the jazz bar anyway. It's all right in here, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. So is this a regular haunt of yours?
no. I just brought you weeks. It's quiet.
Yeah,
You two are having a beer and I'm having water. What the fuck's going on?
I know. Never see that years ago, did we?
No.
What's up? You look a bit green, to be fair. What's up there?
I've got a bit of food poisoning.
Have you?
Yeah, can't stop spewing up. But I'll get through it.
Yeah. Right, let's see what we can do.
Well, welcome.
Thanks very much for inviting me.
Brilliant to have you on, pal.
No worries.
Absolute, I've got to say, a bit of a legend in the game.
Yeah, great guest, to be fair.
Absolute ledge.
Gone up in the game, haven't we?
Oh, we've stepped it up a little
Steps
bit.
up now.
Yeah, series
This
3.
Proper fucking players. in the
This
field.
this could be our last one. 'Cause I
You
don't-
know what me and
can't
said.
better this, can I?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to start off. I watched you the other day,
Yeah.
Soccer AM, saw
Yeah.
some clips. How did that go? Obviously, got a mutual friend, Jimmy Bullard.
Yeah.
Character, bit like yourself.
Yeah, it's just a bit of banter in it. You go out there and you go. You know, when I do things like that, I don't take it out seriously.
No.
You know, you just go for a good laugh. Obviously, it's good publicity for you as well. Like Jordan said, I've still got it, haven't I?
Exactly, yes, to be fair.
I just love the bosh.
I don't know why I kept saying Bosch. I might get an advert with fucking Bosch.
Bosh in the dirt is gone.
Yeah. But did it all start off the night before?
Yeah, it was. Well, me and my missus went down. Yeah, had some food in there. But we filmed all day the Friday, so it was the Friday afternoon when I did the Bosch one.
Right.
So, and Jordan asked me how many takes.
First time, weren't it?
First penalty, obviously, when I dinked it.
Yeah.
The 1v1 was first time. Crossbar was 5 times. And then the volley was once, but then the free kick was about 500 takes. Fucking
You played it off all right, though, to be fair. It's
It looks class, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It
I
looks
did
class.
it the other way. I did it in the. I didn't go over the wall, and I hit the bin. And I said, "Can't we just go with that?" Fenners was going, "No, you got to get it in. You got to get it in the bin." I was there all fucking day.
Do you know what? When I watched it back, I could tell that you'd been there for a while on the free kick. Because when you walked off, and then you look back, it was just that little smile, like thank fuck.
Thank fuck for that. It's all over. But obviously, then when I went in the hotel Friday night, the few drinks, Jeff Sterling and Alan McAnally and all them what come in, Charlie Nicholas.
That's a good group. That's a good group to get with.
With Richard Graves having a drink with my missus and that, and got a bit heavy. So I was hanging a little bit on the Saturday, but that's what you got down there
Yeah.
for to enjoy.
Can't fault you. You got to be done on it.
Mate, brilliant. So you started off, obviously, like a lot of our guests, and I didn't know this until I did a bit of research on you.
Yeah.
And obviously you've just told me now, but you started off at Hull as an apprentice,
Yeah.
and then like a lot of our guests, you you got released.
Yeah, I got released at 18 by Brian Orton, and he said I was too small. And listen, when you look back now, rightly so, but you're devastated at that age. You want to be a footballer, don't you?
Especially for your hometown as well.
I'll tell it on the circuit. You know, I wasn't the brightest at school, so I thought, I'm never going to get a fucking office job or all that. You know what I mean?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? And obviously, when I got released, Brian said, "Go prove me wrong," and I tried to do it all my career.
Kind of think you've done that. What do you reckon?
Well, I always, people just sort of call you a legend or that, blah 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 blah. But you know, it's one of them where I just went. I didn't want to go back to that building site. I didn't want to. I didn't want to play non-league football.
Yeah.
I was playing for North Ferriby and working on a building site, and it was hard work.
Freezing.
Keeping three lads going together. Especially like when you're on your own, labouring. In them days, there was no machines.
No.
Carrying fucking odds up.
You're the machine, aren't you?
Yeah, we're
for
the
them.
machine. Yeah. And I think that sort of got my strength up really. Climbing up ladders and fucking bricks on your back and all that. And, I feel
like that's where you turned into a man.
Yeah, I started to develop. I like my
physically.
Yeah, like my two kids, Josh and Jordan. Now they were very late developers like me, and now they're both 6'2". Do you know what I mean?
Did you know you was good enough when you got released?
I knew technically I was very good.
Right.
But my football brain was good. But
when you were midfielder though.
Yeah, I signed Terry Dolan signed me 2 years after I'd been released, and I was playing for North Ferriby. He got the job at Hull City. And now, obviously, he bought a house in North Ferriby. And he got a scout. He knew that a bit because I've been Sunderland.
You didn't build it, did you?
I didn't build it. No.
Right, stayed up this way.
Yeah, it stayed on this. But no, he knew that I'd been released. I'd been to Sunderland under Dennis Smith for a couple of weeks training, and I think Terry got wind of it, and he said, "Look, let's go and have a look at this lad, And I played as a centre midfield player, so I had a good range of passing and started to score a few goals from midfield. And then Terry converted me to a centre forward, and then never looked back after that, really.
So when you went to Hull, that's where he obviously watched you and thought, right, this lad he should be a centre forward.
We had a Bradford City reunion on Thursday, and Terry obviously played for Bradford,
Yeah.
And obviously managed Bradford Park Avenue and this, that, and other. And he said to me, and I didn't know, I knew this, like he said, but after the first training session, he said he'd made his mind up. When you're training with first team players and that,
Yeah.
And he said you was just different to everybody else.
Was North Ferriby a bit too easy for you?
No, not really, because I was still small, really. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously started to develop as you said there, into a man, and then I started scoring goals from midfield. Obviously my range of passing was very good. I knew. They always say, what do you do with the ball before you receive it? You know what I mean? You've got to have a pitch on you.
Yeah.
And I used to have a good.
Well, there's no point asking Jordan.
No,
yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I struggle with that bit. I hold it up first, I think.
But the trouble is, I knew what I was going to do with it before I got it, so I was 2 or 3 moves ahead.
Yeah.
And that's what I said to Josh, who's obviously at Wigan now, and he's a different player to what I was.
Yeah.
Better.
He's a fucking fanny, isn't he? He don't tackle, but none of them tackle nowadays, do they?
Nah, you can't, can you?
You're not allowed to, are you?
No. So I couldn't play now. I don't think I couldn't play this day and age now. Do you know when you're doing all things in the box, standing on people's toes, and I used to pull fucking goalkeeper shorts down.
Go back to it now, don't they, and see?
Go back to it, yeah. So there's that many cameras in the I won't get away with it, and I think that a lot of players from my era probably won't get away with it.
Yeah.
It's funny you should say that, because I've got some stats on you here.
Yeah, go on.
You once got sent off 3 times in one game.
For Aberdeen, yeah.
How would you do that?
How did you get 3 times?
Yeah, because Roy was under pressure, Aitken was under pressure, and he says we need to win Sunday, Dundee United live on Sky.
Live.
I got booked after about, honestly, it must have been 30 seconds into the game. So they kicked off, give it to the left back. I went to close the left back down, and as you do in them days, you just leave your foot in as they clip it down the line.
Yeah.
Smack your studs.
That's an easy booking, that, isn't
Yeah,
it? It winds me up.
But the lad screamed on the floor, so he gave me a yellow card, and I can't remember what it was, but it was down. It was got 2-0 down after about 9 or 10 minutes, something like 12 minutes. Can't remember what it was. And I thought, fuck it, we're not going to win the game now. Do you know what I mean? So. Same tackle on the same lad. I thought, if you're going to squeal, you fucking squeal now.
Yeah.
And I did it again, left one on him. The referee gave me a yellow and then a red. Went in the change rooms afterwards. Full official come in. Says, Mr. Aitken and Mr. Windass in the referee's room, please. He just read the right act. It says reporting them for the 2 tackles, which is a red, reporting him for calling me a Scottish see you next Tuesday and walking off the pitch. And then I punched the corner flag, or dragged it out the ground and it come out the ground. So it's reporting you for the 2 tackles, reporting you for calling me that, and reporting you for, so equivalent of giving you 3 red cards.
What a biz kid though.
Yeah,
What is the need?
How can you get a red card for attacking a corner flag?
And then obviously Roy got sacked next day, and I was 24, so I was, you're playing against Gascoignes and Laudrups and Decanios and players like that, mate. From Division 2 football to go into that environment. But I took it like duck to water, and the Aberdeen fans were absolutely fucking superb towards me. Do you know what I mean? Like, the one thing I used to do is, when I was married, I'd go out after every game on the Saturday night.
Yeah.
Josh was 2. My missus needed to get out every break. So I'd go out, win, lose or draw.
Yeah.
You get some players who go out and they want all the adulation. Oh, you were fucking brilliant today. But I'd go out and all the Aberdeen fans would go, you were shit today, didn't you? I go, yeah, I was, yeah.
Nice one.
I've got fucking relaxed now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'll play well next week.
So is that how you kind of switched off?
Yeah.
Because obviously a lot of players, sometimes they can't do that, can they?
Well,
and that's where that pressure builds up, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of players now that don't drink, do they? Which is right. You know, my two boys are teetotal. You know, I always say they're my fucking kids. I'm like,
The game's changed a lot, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, but you know, I'm proud of my kids. That my dad always used to say to me, don't take drugs. You know, and when you finish playing, you can have a beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was in them days where we'd go out and socialise. You get everybody together. So yeah, but I'd go out every Saturday night with my ex-wife and enjoy ourselves, you know. And if we won, it was an added bonus. As I got older, my ex-wife used to say, "God, I hated it when you scored a couple of goals because I know that you want to go out."
Can we not just stay in tonight?
Yeah, because I'd be going, mate, what we're doing after the game tonight? We'll just get a Chinese or get watch match of the day, this, that, and another.
You're like,
and
no
so,
chance.
As soon as you get in the car and you've scored and you've won, you go, we're out. So,
but everyone loves that adulation, though, don't they?
Yeah, listen,
especially when
it's great.
That's your job, isn't it?
Listen, but I didn't mind getting criticised either.
Yeah.
You know when supporters will say you crap today or whatever. Yeah, you look in the mirror, don't you? And, and you know if you played well or not.
Yeah. What made you go to Aberdeen from Hull? Because obviously you had a good 4 years. You scored
a decent amount.
Yeah, you scored like literally 1 in 3.
Yeah. Hull City were 250 grand inland revenue debts.
Right.
And I was their prize asset. Norwich City came in for me. Martin O'Neill. But Hull City wanted the money up front to pay the debts off. And that fell through. Apparently. So I got told that Martin O'Neill was armed because Robert Chase wouldn't give him the money. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I saw Martin a few times when I was working at Hull City, and I said, "Well, why didn't you come fucking back in for me when you went to Leicester or something like that?" You know what I mean? Yeah. But he said no. Obviously, it didn't materialise. But when Norwich fell through, I sold my house. It was at Christmas time and everything. I just sold my house to a squaddy. And I lost to.
Why? Because you thought you were going to Norwich?
I thought I was going to Norwich.
Right, okay.
And Terry pulled me in and said, "Oh, look, we can't agree. You know that Robert Chase don't want to pay the full amount."
What league were they in then, Norwich?
Championship.
Yeah.
So
what did you go to Aberdeen for then? What money?
600 up front, I think, and then 150 after so many appearances. So it was like around about 750, I think.
It's decent money at the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
For 24, especially when you're playing non-league and then next week you're playing against.
Well, you've just been bombed and now you're at prize asset. It's meant that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
so what was that like then when you obviously
Terry converted me as a centre forward because he pulled me in, and it was against Plymouth on a Tuesday night, and Peter Shilton was in goal for Plymouth, and he pulled me in, and I was always a good finisher in training. I'd always stay behind and do finishing, take free kicks and things like that. And he pulled me in and he says, tomorrow night I'm going to have to play you up front because Steve Moran was injured and Chris Hargreaves was injured. And he ended up putting Alan Fettis, who was the goalkeeper, on the bench and put Steve Wilson in goal. And Fettis ended up playing up front with me. Because of that. Bare on bones, like, you know. And he just says, just go up front, fucking get all of it, bring people into play, and you're an actual finisher. And I scored 2 that night, we won 2-0.
Decent.
He never played me in midfield ever again.
So that was it. How old were you then?
24.
24.
Well, 22, 23.
Wow.
That's when Roy Aitken recognised me, and he wanted me like as a link man. So I used to play in the hole.
So like, kind of like how people play a 10 now.
Yeah. Bit like that, because I wasn't the quickest. My movement was good, but I couldn't sprint away from people, so I never had that pace. But my brain was a bit quicker, you see. And probably just saw that, and then obviously I scored 17 goals that season. And the rest is history, really.
I
just carried on playing up front.
And that's when you went to
Aberdeen, and then fucking Roy played me as a number 10 up front with Billy Dodds. Or there was like 4 of us. There was Scott Booth, Billy Dodds, Duncan Shearer, and myself. So I was like 4 strikers, you know. And I played every week. Me and Dodgy scored fucking loads of goals, and Big Duncan Shearer was a great lad. I used to sit on the bench and fucking go, I've hammered you today. Fucking hammered you today.
All the way through.
Get him off his fucking rubbish. So he wanted to get on for his appearance. But Duncan was coming to the end of his career then anyway. So but he was a great lad, Duncan. I used to run with Duncan. And then Joe Miller, I used to run with Joe, who came in from Celtic. He was a right winger. And we could never ever beat pretty good as Rangers and Celtic. But
how was that then when you knew obviously you was going to line up against like your Rangers, like your
Gascoignes? Well, he was my hero, Paul. He was I'd become a good friend in the end, but he was fucking unplayable, man.
Yeah. On his day, weren't he?
Oh, mate, honestly. But I can remember the first time we played against Rangers at Pachaudry, excuse me, and I couldn't stop staring at him. I was just in awe.
What are you looking at, you weirdo?
I know.
He was my hero though.
Yeah, it was
as well. So
because
I can't imagine playing against him.
It was like he was stretching. I kept fucking stop looking at him. And then after about 5 minutes into the game, he's fucking reverse nutmegged me. I started laughing, and I just thought, wow.
Did I?
You know what I mean? Yeah. And all the fucking Rangers fans were like, you English bastard. To me, not to Paul. And, but no, it was just unplayable, the lad, you know. And for me to play non-league football and then playing against your hero was unbelievable, you know.
Good memories then, though, aren't they?
Yeah, well,
never beat that.
The secret to your Aberdeen football and scoring every week from Tommy the Tank is because you had a Savoy butty at his dad's butcher's every week.
Just mention that before.
So if it's bullshit, just say it.
I can't say it's bullshit because I used to eat fucking shit like that. But I can't remember it. What I used to do, I always remember, I'm really tardy. Not like OCD, but I'm really tardy, you know what I mean? Yeah. So before games, I used to over up. And cause I got it, so I overed up one morning. The kids running around or whatever. I've overed up and I've played and scored.
So that
and
was
I
it.
I have to fucking do it again.
So you might have had one and scored and then thought, oh shit, I'm going to have one every week.
I'm going to have to fucking over, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I remember as well, we had, when I played for Hull, I can remember real little bottles of beer. Really
the stubbies.
Like the little bottles where you just get them abroad.
Yeah.
So I'd go stay at my mate's house because Josh was always crying and I couldn't get to sleep.
Yeah.
And he had these little bottles in his house and they had 2 bottles of beer on the Friday night. Only 2 little bottles like that. Yeah. I had 2 bottles of beer and they fucking scored on the Saturday. I thought, I've got to do it every fucking week. so I'm overing and I'm fucking drinking beer on the Friday. But I had them 2 little bottles of beer and I said to the lad who I was staying with at the time, Rob Miller they called him, left back from Oldham. I says, look, I'm going to have to have a fucking stay at your house every Friday night. You know what I mean? Because Josh is crying.
This is buzzing.
Yeah. And now all of a sudden them 2 bottles of beer got me to sleep, you see. But I didn't do any more than that. Do you know what I mean? No. But it obviously didn't affect me, but you couldn't see somebody doing it. Couldn't see Raheem Sterling having a couple of pints.
Somebody else's house.
Yeah.
That's footballers there to a T, innit? Superstitions. Like you must have seen some weird stuff.
Yeah, well,
over the years.
Listen, in the later days when you got a couple of shirts, didn't you? If I didn't score first half, I'd take my shirt off and put my other one on.
Did you?
Yeah. So like when I scored the goal at Wembley, you know, I left.
Is that your favourite goal?
No.
Is it not?
No.
It was a belter, to be fair.
It's a belter.
If you ever see it on Twitter,
I've seen it on Soccer everywhere.
It was a goal against Wycombe Wanderers. It was at Wycombe.
Go on, describe it. What best, as in like
best goal I've ever
technical?
Scored. Technically, best goal I've ever. Alan Fettis kicked the ball out. I controlled it on my thigh, flicked over my head, just into their half and hit it with my left peg, right, and you saw the Wycombe Wanderers fucking
Really?
supporters clapping behind the goal. But
I'm gonna have to get that up.
I actually fucking had a big row with Jeff Lee at half time, and he called me a big time Charlie because I was on the verge of leaving.
Yeah.
And that's my pet hate, mate. I was never big time, ever. And my head went, took my boots off, lobbed them at him. I went, if you could, took my shirt off. I went, if you can do it, I think we're losing 2-1 or 2-0, I can't remember what it was. And Terry, he was like my dad, Terry, you know what I mean?
Right.
In the end, I was, you know, like, every manager has a pet, don't they?
Yeah,
well, I was his pet, right? And he went, get your fucking shirt on, get them boots on, and go out there and fucking show us what you can do. And I bet that goal. Mate, honestly.
And you've done that
and I looked
after the bollocking?
I looked after the bollocking, yeah. And I looked at Jeff Lee, like, on the bench to say, fuck you, didn't I? But then Jeff come in at the end of the game and he went, I knew you proved me wrong. I knew, you know, I give it all that one night. You know,
it's good for him, isn't it?
Reverse psychology.
I just took my fucking boots off, got in the shower thinking, I fucking proved you.
Yeah.
You know?
What boots did you have?
Hey, just imagine though.
I can't fucking remember that. Puma, I think.
Quasar.
Puma Kings or something.
Was
like
it?
that. I can't remember.
Just think though, if he wouldn't have been like that though, like some managers would have gone, right, fucking so.
Yeah.
Terry,
You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. If you want to be
And you'd have never scored that
never
goal.
scored that goal, no. But obviously, you know, Terry, as you say, I won't be sat here talking to you if I want from Terry Dolan, you know. And that's how I always look at it. You know, it's one of them where, listen, everybody needs a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
And Terry gave me that opportunity. You know, like I said, I didn't want to go back to that building site.
There's probably, talk to most footballers, they'll always have somebody in their career who, just like you said, have either believed in them, given that chance, or just spotted something that nobody else has seen.
Yeah, Craig Bellamy said Bobby Robson was his. Do you know,
Right.
when they took him to Newcastle, said he changed my life. Do you know what I mean? Obviously financially, but then Craig went on to have I played against.
Where was he before that? Something like
I played
Coventry or something like that.
No, I played against Craig.
Come out of nowhere, really, didn't he?
Started
Norwich.
at Norwich.
Yeah.
And he was a nasty little fucking Craig.
Yeah.
He'd leave one out on the head, you know, skinny lad and what have you. And
You're aggressive, him though, right?
A bit scally. Is he a bit of a scally?
Yeah.
He has that sort of.
Yeah, he's got a bit of. Yeah.
He was a brilliant player, but
Yeah,
like I said,
he
he was
was,
nasty.
Oh, I was, yeah.
Not wrong with that, though, is there?
No. You need that.
Yeah,
you need that. Listen, I'd play on the edge. I'd you know, as going back to my ex-wife again, she'd always see it if I'm losing it. And she'd think, fucking, either Terry bring him off or fucking before he gets sent off.
Do you not think though that sometimes you played your best when you're on the edge?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like obviously when Rooney were at his height, people used to say, oh, like being sent off too much, you need to take that out of his game. If you take that out of someone's game, you can't perform as well, can you?
Nah. I used to say to some players, and that punch me in the face before I go out.
I do that, you know. Because I'm a proper.
Is that what's happened to your face? You know, what's it, your car?
Someone punch me in the. You get angry.
Yeah.
Because you in them days, you know, he's centre half, so could kick you.
Yeah,
you know, come through the back of your eye. And obviously, you know, Terry Dolan always just said, be prepared to get kicked.
Yeah.
Try getting all of it. You know what I mean?
I used to do it myself. If sometimes the game starts to pass you by and you're thinking, I'm having a bad game, which is probably most games for me. So I'd start a little an argument or a tussle with the centre half, and as soon as he gives something back, your adrenaline starts going. Yeah,
exactly. So anything that gets you going,
Anything
you
to
do
help,
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These centre halves would come in and fucking. I remember Briggs for Blackpool. He looked like fucking. He looked like Yozzy Hughes. Remember Yozzy? You probably won't remember.
I won't remember him now.
It was this actor who used to say, gives a job, and if you didn't give him a job, he'd nut him. And he looked like Yozzy Hughes, this Gary Briggs, they called him. And I remember being on the halfway line, watching the ball go into our half, and he just fucking punches me right in the. He's obviously looked at the linesman.
Yeah.
There's no cameras.
No one's watching.
No.
And he just fucking hit me. He went, next time you get the ball, I'm like, break your fucking legs. I was fucking shitting myself, and I'm thinking, oh no, what am I doing?
There's nothing worse, is there, when you know it's coming?
I was only a young boy,
Yeah.
but it stood me in good stead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then, later in your career, centre forward could kick centre halves in them days because they couldn't come through the back here.
Yeah.
Or you'd want them to come through the back because they'd get a yellow card and then they can't touch you again, you know what I mean? So that's the way, that's my missus just come. So that's the way I used to play.
Years and years
the
ago,
physicality of it.
like you'd have had this low centre halves. You used to just head the back of your head.
Yeah.
So you go for a header, and they won't look to win the ball.
Just
bang,
not-
Hurts so much as well. that.
Like, obviously nowadays you couldn't.
But they
Couldn't
wanted,
get away
they,
with that,
wanted,
but-
they wanted to give you a reaction, you see. They wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah.
fucking,
Yeah.
retaliate or whatever to get you sent off.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it was
Our gaffer says, "Listen, you're gonna have to take the hit.
exactly.
Like, take the hit,
Take
get us
the
up the
hit,
pitch."
get
And I'm
us up
like,
the pitch.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
but I've got to.
I want to flick it, but
Yeah.
I've got to get hold of it. Yeah.
Well, all you do now as a centre forward, you back in, you take your touch, and if you go down, you're getting a free kick.
Yeah,
So I was quite good at that. I used to get me.
That's the clever thing,
I had
isn't it?
a
Though.
big fat ass, mate. I used to, people say you got a big fat ass, and I go, yeah, it made me a living,
Yeah.
You back your ass into people.
Yeah.
Go down. Remember Martin Keown playing against Martin, and I liked players like that because they wanted to fight you.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to run away from you. I wanted to, so I could set free kicks on the edge of the box or
Yeah.
whatever, So
Did you like a defender then who'd battle you?
Yeah.
Rather than give you space
Yeah.
because you're never
Yeah.
going to outrun him.
Yeah, him and Sol Campbell, was like backing into a brick wall. Do you know what I mean? But the clever ones like Tony Adams, probably the best centre half I've ever played against.
Really?
She didn't know if he was going to drop off. He didn't know if he was going to come tight.
Yeah.
Well,
It
that
was
one.
just a fucking
know what?
drop. Yeah, doing that one.
What the fuck's
He did on
that?
Saturday
Brilliant.
dancing, yeah. But he got a lot of criticism with Tony Adams, calling him a donkey like that.
He
What's a
was-
fucking player
yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
A lot of people I speak to, obviously, like from yesteryear, said he was on his day. He was one of the best centre halves that England have ever had.
Unbelievable. And as you say, you drop it off and then you'd spin and he'd be 10 yards, 15 yards behind you.
Because he's read it.
And
he
they've
couldn't-
read it, and then
yeah.
next time you fucking turn and he'll nail you, you know what I mean?
So was he your hardest opponent, do you think?
Best centre half.
Best centre half you played against?
Cleverest centre half I play against, yeah.
Who's best player when you've just, obviously, I know you mentioned Gascoigne, but was there anyone where you were just on a pitch and they did stuff you were just like, fuck, just like in awe of them?
Listen, people always say who's the best player they play against. Yeah, Gascoigne probably for me, but listen, when you play in the Premier League, you're playing against fucking top players.
Yeah.
Every week.
You know what I mean? Then people say, oh, they're earning 40, 50. In them days, like Roy Keane signed a contract and, should be or be on 50 grand a week, something like that. And people would say, oh, that's too much money. When you actually play against them, you think, like Beckham and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Were they different level than what?
different level. Beckham was a different fucking level, man. Do you know what I mean? His range of
What was
passing.
that team then? United who you played against? That'd have been,
So it was Barthez in goal,
yeah.
Gary Neville,
Stam.
Gary, have you seen them videos recently of Neville? You've not seen it with the voiceovers?
Oh, it's in the voice.
Fucking brilliant.
Listen, I hate playing against Gary Neville. He was a nasty fucker as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was him and then Dennis Irwin, left back,
He was supposed to be
No.
unreal, wasn't he?
Blanc,
Yeah.
Blanc,
Yeah.
and then you got your four in the midfield.
Keane, Giggsy,
Scholes,
Beckham.
And then we played at Old Trafford one night and Solskjaer and Sheringham started.
Right.
After about 83 minutes or 80 odd minutes, or it was, we fucking 0-0. We were hanging on like fuck. Honestly, how we. And then all of a sudden, two subs come on. York
Mr.
and
Roy.
Cole.
Oh, York and Cole.
Bastard. What's going? Got beat 4-0. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah,
10 minutes ago?
yeah.
4-0.
Thinking, fuck me, these have come on then. I
Yeah.
remember playing against. We played for Bradford at Highbury against Arsenal. And Paul Jewell, he changed the formation. He went 4-3-3. So I played right side of the three in midfield.
Yeah.
Because I was really fit, I could
Yeah.
get up and down. And Henri was playing on the left then, and he first started. So I'm chasing fucking Henri all day, you know what I mean? And he's like a fucking train.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? David Seaman was fucking quicker than me. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, fuck me. And next minute, 14 come up. Henri's coming off. I thought, thank fuck for that. Fucking Overmars come on. He's even quicker. And we got beat 2. Gary Walsh must have pulled off about fucking 30 saves.
Really?
And we ended up losing the game 2-0, yeah. But they were the level that you're playing at.
That was Invincibles.
Can
whatever
you,
it was called, wasn't it?
obviously,
Yeah.
you would never ever imagine being on that building site and then 10 years later playing against Henri.
Well, the trouble is,
Overmars,
you're watching match of the day, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then next minute you're on the fucking same pitch. You're thinking,
Unbelievable.
wow, do you know what I mean?
Did you always want to be a pro?
Yeah.
Growing up, is
Yeah.
that all you ever thought
Yeah,
about?
my mum and dad said when I was 2 years old I'd just be kicking the football around, just walking with the ball. I'd never, even all my mates at school, now when they speak about me, who say, "Oh, I used to walk school with the ball." keeping the ball up, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. My dad would say practice outside with left foot, kick the ball against the wall with left foot.
Did he help you and guide you then in that way?
He just said,
growing up?
well, my dad was quite a tough man. He's passed away now, but he was quite a fisherman, tough man.
Yeah.
And he'd say, look, if I catch you,
Because Hull's a tough city, innit?
yeah. But I'd be outside and he'd be looking through the window and say, I catch you kicking the ball with your right foot, I'll fucking give you a good ad in, like, you know what I mean? So I just practice kicking the ball with my left foot. Yeah. And then I said the same to Josh. But I never said I'll fill you in, like. I used to say, just go kick the ball against, because you're naturally right-footed. And now Josh can kick with both feet.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of players in the Premier League now who can't kick with both feet.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see.
Non-excusable now, isn't
No,
it?
because that whole city as well, because we had like an indoor gym where there was a wall, and I just smashed balls with my left foot.
Yeah.
What was you like at training? Did you like training or not?
Loved it. Like now, I run every day. I try running every day on the treadmill. I love training. I love getting a sweat on. You know.
Yeah.
See, I hated it.
Did you?
I know, but the thing is though, what you'll find, Jordan, when you can't do it, you want to do it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you do.
When you get told to do it and you're doing it every day, you don't realise how lucky and privileged you are.
Yeah,
But say like you get an injury, the first thing when somebody gets an injury, they want to run.
Yeah,
Because they can't do it.
Yeah, I was like that last time.
That's what I mean. So
I was
just
really
enjoy
lucky with
it.
injuries though. I had a double hernia, and I came back after 18 days. So I recovered quite quick.
Yeah.
And then I had a cartilage operation, which obviously thought I had a DVT in my leg. This was before Wembley, about 8 weeks before Wembley. I never thought I'd play
before
again.
that goal?
Yeah, I never
Really?
thought I'd play. Yeah. And I struggled, like my calf was like, I've got big calves anyway, but my calf was like a rugby ball.
That's that deep vein thrombosis.
Yeah.
So what's
You have
that?
to wear them
Just that
socks,
blood
yeah.
pooling
Blood
in
pooling,
your
but what it
calf.
done, it gone behind my knee, and they thought it was a DVT, obviously, but then they found it. Whatever, it was a Baker cyst, and it exploded behind my knee,
yeah.
and all the blood dropped down, and I had my leg up for about 5 weeks, and it just said, don't come in training, just keep your leg up. So I was just sat on the couch,
out.
just like ate really well and that, and then I said to Phil Brown, I'll get back.
Yeah.
And then eventually I got back here, so I was quite lucky with that.
Jordan thinks DVT is a wrestling move.
Dickhead. I know what I'm clever. I'm clever.
So who were your favourite manager?
I got on well with everyone, but apart from Alec Miller when I was at Aberdeen.
Right.
When Roy got sacked, Keith Birkinshaw took over, made me train on my own for
Why?
Everyone seems to have had that.
Everyone has this story.
because I got 8 game ban, so he didn't allow me to train with the first team.
Right.
So I'd have to come in at 1:30 when everybody's gone. And Stuart Ogg, the fitness coach, was just kept me running, and I got unbelievably fit.
Right.
But in them days, you know, when you're doing the steps up in the ground and like that. And I trained every afternoon for about 6 or 7 weeks.
Double sessions.
Double sessions, and then I come back fit as fuck. And Alec Miller played me first game back against Motherwell, and I scored 1-0. And I'd lost a lot of weight and trained really hard. And then he kept leaving me out, and we didn't see eye to eye. Tell a story about. Alec Miller used to come in, and he was assistant manager in Scotland.
Right.
So with the Scotland squad, and that's when Gary McAllister, Gordon Strachan, all these big top players like Alan McCoy, people like that. And he'd come in and he'd name drop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he knew what I was doing. And he'd come in and I'd go, get your fucking steel toe caps on board. He's gonna throw some fucking names at us this morning after international weekend. And I think he knew that me and him didn't like each other. And he'd run me on the track, and he couldn't break me. I was that good. I was really good at long distance.
Right.
So I was like really like, do you know what I did?
When you were doing that though, were you thinking?
I was going, you can't fucking break me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the more laps I was doing, the
more
pissed off he got. Yeah. So I was going, you can't break me. And in the end, he wanted to sign Craig Ignat, which he eventually did, and then got rid of me. So.
Because after that, when
to
you go
Oxford.
after that, Oxford, that was it.
Yeah, record transfer fee of 475 it was. Mally shot him.
And they was in what?
Championship.
Right.
Yeah, and I've never played myself before, and Helen was pregnant to Jordan, and she couldn't settle.
Right.
You know, and I always say to footballers now, your family life's got to be right. Josh was
Yeah,
4.
because they weren't there long. We only there a season.
Season, they scored how many goals? Can't remember what it was.
Well,
I got a lot
it
of
says
interest.
15 on here, but that's just league.
Right, yeah,
It's
the
just
league goals and cup. Yeah, so scored in the cup against Chelsea. We nearly beat Chelsea when the young.
So
with John,
you still did really well for him, better than about 1 in 2.
1 in 2.
Yeah, 1 in 2.
And then that's why I got a lot of interest. And I remember talking to Ron Atkinson. I think Ron Atkinson wanted to sign for Forest when Forest were in the Premier League. I think it was. And they won't pay the money again. And I spoke to him. He said, "Oh yes." And then
you never played in the Prem before that, had you?
No.
Was that always you?
Yeah, I never thought I was good enough.
Did you not?
No.
Did you not? No.
There was all athletes, but the trouble is I could run, but I wasn't quick.
Right.
So maybe, if I'd have had a bit of pace, maybe. People say if I had that little bit of pace, you probably could have played for England. You know what I mean? But you had Shearer and Sheringham and all them, Robbie Fowler's.
A good
playing
era,
for
weren't
England.
it, for strikers for
So
England?
I scored. Someone went to Bradford and.
I remember you in a Bradford kit.
Yeah, I went to Bradford from Oxford because I'd put a transfer request in.
Right.
Because my wife
wanted to move back up north.
I wanted to get back up north, and Paul Joel came in for us, 950 grand. So Oxford made some money on it as well.
Yeah.
And we got automatic promotion to the Premier League.
Right.
First season, so Oxford was 6th from bottom, and I signed for Bradford when they were 3rd from top. We got automatic promotion. Yeah, Sunderland won the league, we come 2nd.
Brilliant.
And that was the paved way to play in the Premier League.
And what was the biggest difference did you find with the?
If you give the ball away, you get punished.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the key. When the trouble is, when you're in training every day, your standards are so high. Do you know what I mean? Because if you give the ball away against these players, they're gonna ruin you. Get away with it in the Championship sometimes, or in League One or whatever.
Who was in your side then? The Carbone?
Benny came the second season when they got relegated, but then I went to Middlesbrough, and then Benny came to Middlesbrough. Steve McLaren brought him in on loan. But we had a great side. As you say, we had that reunion on Thursday. We had some fucking top players. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Rodney Marsh obviously said to us, didn't he? All these going to fucking stay in the Premier League. I'll shave my head if they do. And Rodney Marsh shaved his head in the end because we finished 4th on bottom.
Yeah.
But, take that though.
You've got Gary Walsh in goal, Big Darren Moore, Tumble Dryer, John Dryer, Stevie Wright.
Tumble Dryer.
So it was
Original.
Wayne Jacobs left back, Peter Beagrie on the left, Stuart McCall, Gareth Wally, Jamie Lawrence,
played against him a few
Robbie
times.
Blake, he was up there the way.
He was very good in.
Lee Mills,
very good player.
Myself, Lee Sharp came into the squad.
Lee Sharp came
as high ranking. He came from Sampdoria.
Right.
Paul.
He was bonkers, wasn't he?
No, he was alright.
Was that?
Yeah, Sharpie was a good lad. Sharpie was brilliant. Obviously playing for Man United and then coming. So he put a bit of pressure on Beeks really. Yeah. But Beeks was he was a top player then. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
I played again. I was at Bury in League One when Bradford were in, and he was there. I think he was towards the end of it, and he was unbelievable then. Yeah.
Well, he'd chop all the time. He'd check, and he'd check, and I said to Paul Joel, I'm making 100 runs, and he said make 101 because I stick one on your head. Yeah. And you knew, the goals I scored for Beeks was, and then the second time I went back, and I had Nicky Summerby on the right wing.
Right.
Well, Buzzer was like fucking. He was like Bex. Wasn't quick, but he just got out of his feet and just fucking and.
Perfect.
I just stayed in the middle of the box. Stay in the middle of the box, and I scored. Majority of all my goals was at the back stick. I was never quick enough to get across the front, so I just hang out.
Right.
You get 7.5 following the ball, don't you?
Yeah.
And I scored so many goals at the back stick. It was incredible.
What's your favourite time? Favourite club?
Obviously playing for Hull. Being a Hull lad.
Yeah.
But Bradford was a great club. Yeah. Obviously great supporters.
How did you go about playing for Sheff Wed and then Sheff United?
I went on loan. So I went
loans after each other.
So I was at Middlesbrough.
That's like, you're not allowed to do that though, are you?
Fucking had it though. But I was at Middlesbrough, and obviously Terry Venables signed me for Middlesbrough. And he left. He was on there 6 months. I signed a 3-year deal. And I was 31 when I signed for Borough. And then obviously Steve McLaren came in, and I got on well with Steve, but he wasn't playing me. And in the end, I got a back injury fucking stupid. Me and Gareth Southgate were rooming together at Blackwell Grange, and
I've got to ask, what was he like?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's England manager now, so
got to be
It's
careful.
very
you got to be careful,
prim and proper now,
just in
isn't
case you
it?
get another call up.
It was like a fucking, it was like a prefect, really.
Was there?
Yeah, unbelievable professional.
Yeah.
Him and obviously, God bless him now, Hugo Ekio, who passed away.
People don't realise how good he was. A good player, wasn't
good player, Gareth. Steady away. Do you know, not special.
Yeah.
But steady away. Had an unbelievable career. Captained every club that he went to, Villa and obviously Borough and England. Captain England. And now doing a fantastic job bringing the kids in now. But I was in the room with him and I says, and we got a tracksuit with a coat, right? And I was making my debut against Newcastle at St James's Park.
Right.
So I'm going to the
Middlesbrough, Newcastle as well.
Middlesbrough, Newcastle, playing up front with fucking Super Alan Boxic, and do you know, Alan was on 100 grand a week. Do you know, it was just fucking unbelievable footballer. Best centre forward I've played with.
Is it?
Yeah, left foot, right foot, quick. You know, good in the air. He had everything. He had everything.
I'm the best you've played with.
No, you too.
This week, yeah.
And I says to Gareth, I'm just going to put my bag in the boot. It was a hot day, so I don't need my coat on. So I had my coat on, my coat in my bag, and leant over. And as I leant over, fucking my back went.
No way.
Yeah, my SI joint come out. So I gets to the training ground and they're trying to manipulate me, and Bob Ward, the physio, he couldn't do it. So I had to go home. And I was laid on this bed watching fucking Gillette soccer.
What score?
2-1, Alan Boxic scored 2.
Did he?
Yeah. I think he played Brian Dean up front that day. Oh, no wheeling or something like that. And they were all fucking laughing at me in the change room. They were walking around like an old man. And my dad said, my dad actually said, "Oh, did you have your wages in your bag or something?" Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just one of them things.
Fucking
But that was depressing watching that though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm just sat there in bed like that, and then all of a sudden Alan fucking bends one in the top corner and then scores again and wins 2-1.
What was he like in training?
Lazy bastard.
Was he?
Yeah. But just when he wanted to play, It was on 100 grand a week. Do what you fucking like, can't you, when you're on 100 grand a week?
Fucking hell.
No, I was
In them days as well.
Well, I told the story. I was on the bus and there were
20 years ago, that
20 years ago, yeah. And I was on the bus looking at a yellow Saab, soft top car.
Smart.
Who looks at a yellow side?
And I said to Alan, I said, "Do you like this car?" And he says, "Yeah, not bad." He said, "Not sure about the colour, like."
Yeah.
About 3 weeks later, he was on the bus looking at this magazine, and he turns around and went, "Look at this." I went, "What?" It was a fucking yacht.
Yellow yacht.
No, he went, "What?" He said, and I said, "I'm thinking of buying this car." So 2 weeks later, he goes, "I'm thinking of buying this yacht." And I went, "I'm not so sure about the fucking colour though." I said, "I'm going to retire in the Mediterranean on this fucking yacht." It was about 100 grand yacht. And I'm fucking
Yellow Saab.
And I'm buying a 33 grand yellow fucking Saab.
Brilliant. So you've gone, obviously, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, signed for Sheffield United, so you must have obviously done well on loan.
Yeah.
And then you've ended up back at Bradford, which were...
Well, I went to Sheffield, going back to your question, I went to Sheffield Wednesday because Steve McLaren said go, and Terry Orth was there, the manager, and he was my assistant manager at Bradford. So I went with Terry, but what I was doing, I was having injections in my back. And when I got to Sheffield Wednesday, the physio wanted to inject me back. Right. So I remember playing my first game at Hillsborough.
What, he just said it's not right to do it?
We're not doing it. And my physio said, "Well, we're allowing you to do it." And at Middlesbrough, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, plays the first game, back was a little bit stiff, then played Gillingham away, 5 hours on the coach coming back, and I couldn't move.
Yeah, because you only end up playing 2 games.
I couldn't move. I had to go back. To Borough and said to Bob Ward, I said, "I can't fucking move." Got off the coach playing cards and I couldn't fucking drive my car.
Still sat down.
Just sat down walking as I'd shoot myself, yeah, and just and then I got fit again. Bob got me fit again, and then Stuart McCall, Gary McAllister was manager of Coventry, and he said, "I want to take you on loan," and I went, "Oh," and I agreed to go. And all of a sudden, Stuart McCall was at Sheffield United, and he rang me, and he says,
Did you know Stuart McCall from you?
Yeah, from Bradford.
From Bradford,
he was captain at Bradford, yeah. And he went, "Come here," and I looked at the table, and there were 6.
Right.
And they're in the playoffs, and I thought, "Fucking, I'll have a bit of this." Played every game right to the end of the season, then Warnock left me out the playoff final.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I've seen
at
that.
the Millennium, yeah.
How did that feel?
Why? For
wanted
what
to punch
reason?
him.
I want to punch you.
Just punch you.
You would though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he just said, I'm going to go with Pearce up front, Steve Cabra and Carlos Arbor. And then he went, I'm not putting you on the bench either because he put a goalie on the bench. So I was fucking devastated. And I always say it now. I was in an hotel when he told me. I said, if I wouldn't have been in this hotel, I'd have probably punched you. And then he actually, as I walked off, I paid for all the hotels and everything for my family to go. And he says, will you tell the press you've got a calf strain or groin strain or whatever it was? And I went, you're taking the piss now. And I said to John Andrew, who was having the advisor at the time, I said, I was supposed to sign the next year and I couldn't sign for him. I said, I can't trust him. But fair play to the man, he ran me up first game of the season when I went back to Bradford, and he says, you improved this club when you was here. I've made a big mistake and you've made mistakes along the way. So I respected him for that.
Yeah.
I never ever fell out with him.
Was he a good manager or not?
He was different.
Yeah.
He'd only come in
He's
on
a mad one,
Thursday and
isn't
Friday.
Really?
So Kevin Blackwell used to take all the sessions and that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great club. You know, and obviously they got beat by Wolves 3-0. But Warnock left Stewart out as well. And I don't think he should have done it. And he actually brought Stewart on at half time.
Right.
But the game had gone by then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was finished.
How did you feel watching him get beat?
Well, my wife said, go to the pub because she's driving me mad. And it was like being at my brother's best man speech. I must have had about 14 pints of Guinness. And I couldn't get drunk, so I was that nervous for the lads. Took all my mates with me in the pub and that. And she was going, just go to the pub, you're driving me mad. Just go to the pub and watch it. Just go to the pub and watch it. So I went to the pub and watched it. And I wanted them to win, obviously. You know what I mean? Because there was all my mates. But they got beat 3-0. Michael Brown missed a penalty. He never missed a penalty ever. And
So you didn't have to stay and watch the game at the ground?
no, I didn't travel. I just said to Warnock, I'm not travelling.
Right.
All the players were texting me going, what the fuck's going on? I said, he's not playing me. Left me out. So all the Sheffield United fans thought I'd walked out on the playoff final, but I never. So I had to do this radio interview to prove that it wasn't me, it was Neil.
Yeah.
And he come out and said, yeah, I dropped him.
What, you didn't say it was calf strain? Groin strain?
No. Oh, no.
You can't do really, can
No,
you?
he just says, look. No, he said to me, tell everybody you've got a groin strain or what, calf strain. And I went, no, I'm not doing that. I'll tell the truth.
Yeah.
And in the end, the truth came out.
Oh my God. Did you think you'd end up going back to Wembley at any stage then?
Never.
I bet that is.
Well, it was at
How old was you then? 31,
it was at
32?
that 32. It was at the Millennium, the final. So, and then obviously when we got to the final, Phil Brown come walking up to me. I went, please don't tell me I'm not playing. And he went, yeah, you are. I said, you playing? He said, give me 60 minutes because I was 39 at that time.
Yeah.
Give me 60 minutes. And I went, well, I'll score the winning goal before I come off anyway.
Did you say that?
That's what I said.
Did you believe that, or it just?
Nah, I didn't fucking just say it.
What minute did you score in?
39th minute.
Oh,
39-year-old. Yeah.
39 and 39.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Some finish as well, wasn't it?
That's got to be on your lottery
Well, it was
ticket,
just-
hasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the trouble is, it's like Steve McLaren said, every game has a defining moment.
Yeah.
And Bristol City were better than us that day. But they just didn't take the chances, and that chance came along. And it was probably the only probably the only chance.
It's not even a
of the
clear
game.
cut
Well,
chance.
it's not,
Right,
is
it's
it?
not really. It's a
But like you
30
say,
yarder,
you have one chance, don't you? You
Yeah.
take it. And then, thankfully for me, it went in.
Bosh.
Bosh.
Belter, wasn't it?
Oh, clack.
But then you dropped to non-league, didn't you? Someone said, why didn't you bother for Darlington?
I went to Darlow as assistant manager with Colin Todd, who was my manager at Bradford. And listen, when you're coaching, you're not training as much. And I'm 40-year-old now.
Yeah.
I missed a penalty for Darlow. Fucking hell, keeper dropped his hat on it. And it didn't work out, on the playing side. No. I loved the coaching, and I took my badges and everything. But Colin left. After so many months because didn't get the budget that we sort of said we were going to get.
Yeah.
And it was tough, and obviously Darlington then eventually went out of the league.
Yeah.
Colin he resigned, and I thought I was going to get the job, and then they just said, letting you go as well.
Nice one.
And that was it. And then I sort of went to Oldham on loan. That didn't work out. John Sheridan, he used to say, don't come in on Monday, but I wanted to train. Do you know what I mean? So that didn't work out either, really. And I wish.
Did you know? You obviously felt like it was coming to an end.
Yeah, I knew.
Was that hard?
Yeah. It was tough. But I knew I was 40-year-old, and I thought it's time now.
Yeah, you've done a good few years, haven't you?
I thought I've had enough now. I wasn't enjoying training as much as I was.
Yeah.
Do you know, and I wanted to get into coaching, obviously.
Yeah. And when you feel like you can't give as much back as well.
Yeah.
And you sometimes.
Well, they're expecting you. The trouble is when you go there. You know, when I went to Oldham, everybody expected big things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I played in the Premier League, I don't, you know, God the goal at Wembley, blah blah blah. And sometimes it don't work out. Do you know? Not being disrespectful to the Oldham players, but I was flicking it around the corner and they're running away.
Yeah.
You know, the top players were on the same page.
Yeah.
Do you know? So I found that quite tough.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm dumbing it or whatever you do, or
not on your wavelength.
It's that one step ahead again, isn't it?
Just one step ahead now.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Lee Hughes was up front. You know, he scored a lot of goals, Lee, but you know, it was one of them situations where I just didn't enjoy it.
No.
I just didn't. I don't know. It was hard work for me.
Yeah.
And people say when you play with top players, it's easy. The game's easier. It's no disrespect to Oldham players. No disrespect at all. But that's just the way I felt. And then I says to Shez, I'm going back to Hull. Went back to Hull and retired at the end of the season.
Right.
Did you feel like Hull was your sort of team?
Yeah.
That was your.
I went to watch Hull City when I was 6-year-old with my dad. Dreamed of playing for Hull, and you know, it materialised. And then obviously going back and scoring the goal. Do you know, it's what Roy the Rovers sort of stuff.
Class.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That changed my life. It changed my life really, for good and bad really.
Is there anything you'd change? Any regrets?
Listen, you know, I got divorced. Do you know, and I was going through a bad time. Do you know what I mean? And no fault of my ex-wife, it was me.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was cheating. I was, you know, sleeping with other women, things like that, as you do. And the marriage came to an end really. And if I look back now, I wish I wouldn't have done that, because I miss my kids so much.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know I'm 25 and 20 now, but still miss them. Get to see Josh obviously playing, and Jordan plays for Goal. He's non-league.
Is it Goal now? Yeah.
He's at Goal, Jordan. Yeah. So listen, I get to see the kids as much as I can. Drink driving. Do you know, everything just come fucking crashing down basically. Do you know, and I just my life was going nowhere. And obviously I ended up with depression because my dad passed away, and I was in a bad place. I was in a fucking tough place.
Where was you at then?
I was just not working.
How old were you?
Uh,
Is this after football?
2011.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And I couldn't cope with life. Cope with life, drinking very heavily.
It's so hard to come out of foot, isn't it? It sounds
a lot of
when your phone don't ring.
No.
And you're not waking up to that change room every morning.
Yeah.
I didn't miss playing football, I missed the banter.
Yeah.
And I ended up trying to commit suicide. It was stupid. You know, my kids, I wanted to go to see my kids grow up or like that. And obviously with my dad passing away was the icing on the cake really. And yeah, I ended up going to Tony Adams' clinic, you know, in
Sporting Chance.
Which probably was the best 26 days of my life.
What was that? Obviously I don't want to talk about it too much, but what was that moment like when...
I was shitting myself.
What, when you've got to admit that you've got it?
No, not that. I mean, like when you made the decision that it got that bad.
Ian Ashby knocked on my door and he said, you're in a fucking bad way, you. And
what were you going to do?
Well, I took loads of tablets and drinking. Woke up, spewed up. Girlfriend who I was with at the time, shouldn't have been with a girl at the time. She was a young girl. And I was just fucking messed up. And Gary Speed had just killed himself 2 weeks before. And I thought, this is the decision I made, and it was the wrong decision obviously. I'd hurt everybody. I'd hurt my kids, my wife, you know, the girl that I was with.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had a big row with my dad before he passed away, which, you know, I've never fell out with my old man, he was my best mate.
Yeah.
I never spoke to him in 5 months, and he died in that 5 months. And I blame myself.
Yeah.
I just thought, well, if I had knocked on his door and said sorry or whatever. But
yeah, but you don't expect it.
You don't expect him to have an heart attack. No.
Well, that's the thing. That would never.
You don't expect him to have an heart attack, but I blame myself. Do you know what I mean?
I understand.
And then that's when I decided I needed. I rang. Well, Ash rang me to say ring Clark Carlisle up.
Yeah, I know Clark.
And then obviously he's had his problems.
Yeah.
And he said go to the Sporting Chance, and I went there for 26 days.
Was that tough?
Very tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Something that you needed. Obviously,
I needed to do it because I was always. Listen, I always say it, and it probably gets boring because people have listened to podcasts before, but I suffered when my mum and dad got divorced when I was 12.
Yeah.
And I never got over it. I go go out drinking with Ellen on a Saturday night after games, and I'd be peeing the bed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? My mind was fucked. But I never told anybody, I never said anything to anybody.
Yeah.
I'd come home, listen to all his songs and crying in the beer basically, thinking about my dad and, you know, my mum and dad getting divorced, and then obviously it just topped it all off really, and I just thought, this is where I need some help now. This is this is going to be ridiculous if I don't.
A speaker for him now though, aren't you? So,
pardon?
You're not like a speaker?
After dinner speaker, yeah. So
we talk about the mental health as well though, like you just said that you're going down to London
That's what
straight
I thought,
after this. But do you not find, obviously...
I listened to a tape of Tyson Fury, I don't know if anybody listens to it, about when Tyson Fury had it, and Tyson Fury was on this thing with me, I was doing this thing in London, and it was so powerful.
It's class, isn't it?
It's so powerful to see how he turned his... I know that I never took the drugs, obviously the tablets, but never took cocaine or out like that, or blah, 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 and he was telling how he was drinking every night, taking cocaine, sleeping with prostitutes. He was so powerful,
so open,
and
honest.
I looked at that and I thought, you know, he's turned his life around.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying I'm doing this podcast for being miserable. If it helps one person, you know, just to come out and speak about it, really. Yeah. You know, I've just split up my partner now, and I've got a new girlfriend, and I hate being on my own.
Yeah.
I've never lived on my own before in my life, and then when I did, it was fucking horrible. And I thought, I don't want to go back to that dark place again, you know what I mean? Yeah. And doing the after dinner speaking keeps me active. I'm an ambassador of the Children's Air Ambulance, which I've got on companies trying to get. Yeah. You know, so you try keeping, like Tyson Fury, so you've got to keep training. Yeah. Keep running. I try to run every day. I've tried, but I fucking can't. Well, I can't run as quick as I could, but you just try keeping your mind active, and now, obviously, Kerry, my new girlfriend, she's spot on, you know. And
I could probably speak for thousands of people out there. I'm so glad that you didn't go through with it, and you didn't.
Well, I'm so glad I got away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't have known out about it, would I? But you know, it's.
But the fact that you can be open, and there might be somebody, or the 100% there'll be somebody out there who'll listen and go, fucking hell.
I know, but it's like this. Like, how fucking selfish would I be?
Yeah.
I'm not the fact that I won't be here anymore. It's the
for your kids. Yeah. Look, look.
Everybody, and you know, it's.
I've said it loads of times. Yeah, I've said it loads of times when you hear stories like that, when it's happened, and my first thought is, because I have kids, my first thought is fuck, how selfish is that to leave them? But I've never been in that place, and I think because you've been in that place, it's sometimes a lot of people say they feel like they're doing the kids a favour by you not being there, which is ridiculous, but that's how people think, isn't it? Because they get to that stage. But it's brilliant that it didn't happen, and you're still here, and you can, like say, you can
tell the tale about it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? When I do me after dinner speak, and I just mention that at the end. If anybody's got a problem, then come out and ask. You know, like now, I'll say to her, I'll cry with anybody, man. I ain't bothered now. You know what I mean? If I've got, like, obviously with Francesca, my last girlfriend, obviously got broke up, you know, through no fault of my own again, really. Yeah. You know, going out drinking and arguing, and you know. Yeah. It was.
At the same time, though, when like you was playing and you were seen on telly, you always looked like you was enjoying yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was a front.
So easy to hide, isn't it? That's the thing.
Listen, I piss out people and take the piss out of myself. But I love soaps. Fucking EastEnders, Corrie, and fucking Emmerdale.
I was on Oils last week, actually.
Was it?
Fucking done a bit to that.
And I always said I always wanted to be an actor. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I was a very good actor for a long, long time. Yeah. You know, trying, like you just said there, doing when I was working for Soccer Saturday, and I was there, but I wasn't there mentally. You know what I mean? I was doing the job to the best of my ability and having a laugh from that. Yeah. But then getting in the car and going home and crying. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
not being
honest with myself.
There's so many people do that, and that's why now obviously there's a massive campaign about mates. Like, don't ask your mate once, ask him twice. Is he all right? And it's brilliant.
If I did that on my mate, would say, tell me to fuck off.
I know, but that's the fear that I did. I thought if I tell someone, they'll laugh at me, or shoot, you silly bastard, you.
Yeah. No, but
you're a laughing joke. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Let's obviously finish on a
positive.
Positive. Who's been who you'd say the biggest character in the game, where you've looked back and you go,
well, Gascoigne was a character, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You don't get them characters anymore.
No.
Do you know, no disrespect, you know, they're all, I can class them as robots now, and you've got to behave, of course you have to, you know what I mean? Do you know, even now I get mothered by people coming up to me all the time, but that's just part of my job. I knew what the rules was, you know.
Yeah.
So you've got to conduct yourself in the right manner.
Yeah.
And I had a fucking burger the other week at watching Josh playing for goal, and I always used to say when Josh was playing for Accrington, have a burger and a Bovril. That's what you do at football.
Yeah.
And I was having this burger the other day at goal, and this bloke said, "Can I have a picture?" And I said, "Yeah, no problem." He went, "Should you be eating that burger?"
Why?
I'm fucking 50.
I can do what I want.
But you've got, because what you do when you were doing things, do you know, you always see people trying to take slide pictures of you when you're having a drink or whatever.
Yeah.
Windass eats burger.
Exactly, yeah.
Gives a fuck.
So what? But Jimmy Bullard, Jimmy was a character.
Yeah.
Do you know, played off the cuff, always wanted the ball. Do you know, messing about.
Started non-league as well.
Yeah. Played for Peterborough, then went on to be playing for England. But you get all different characters. Do you know, you get quiet ones, and I was always the loud one.
Yeah.
I was always wanting to be the centre of attention.
Yeah.
Do you know, and I say that now. Do you know, I always want to be centre of attention.
Yeah.
I always want people to like me, and not like my dad used to say, not everybody likes you, but if you don't like me, then don't talk to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I try to be as polite in that to everybody, or try to help anybody. Do you know, the diversities of my life was just fucking accumulated.
Yeah.
Went fucking bankrupt because of a film industry went tits up, and everybody's going, "Oh, you haven't paid your taxes." I paid my taxes all my fucking life.
Yeah.
And they're fucking.
That's the thing. There's always someone wants to think the worst of you
They always
instead
want
of
to
just
pull you
thinking.
down. They
Yeah.
always want to pull you down. Until I always say to people, until you speak to me and you know me, I'm no different to anybody else.
Yeah.
Just a normal lad from Hull trying to make a living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they do try criticising you. Listen, you do bad things. Do you know, drink driving and things like that.
Yeah.
Do you know, you tell me anybody who made a mistake.
It is.
I'll
Do
fucking
you know
shake
what?
his hand.
Someone
You know what I
said to me once. Every single person that you meet, everybody, if they put the life story in a book, there'd be some pages that somebody doesn't. They don't want you to read.
Yeah.
Now nobody is perfect.
No.
We're talking every walk of life,
Yeah.
but it's about realising that you're not perfect,
Yeah.
forgiving yourself
Of course,
for what
exactly,
you've done,
exactly.
and learning from
Well,
it.
the trouble is if you're honest with yourself, then you can be honest with others.
Yeah, 100%.
And I, like there, when I'm doing the speaking, I'm honest. I don't take myself serious on the circuit. Take the piss out myself, take the piss out the ex-wife for banter and that.
Yeah.
And then, but like, your honesty comes through. You know, I brought out an autobiography and people saying, "Oh, yeah, it was brilliant. It was a brilliant read," and like that. Well, I was only telling it from the heart. I was only telling the truth. And I'm on the verge of bringing another one out now, like Life After Football. So people read it to say, "Look, I'm just a normal kid, really."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Trying to make a living, trying to fucking get on with my life.
Yeah.
You know, proud of my kids because you know they've grown up to be good men.
Yeah.
But we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
And when you're in the public eye, you don't get a little clipping in the fucking paper, do you? You get the back page fucking headlines.
Yeah.
And I've had them a few times. But you just got to get on with it. You've got to be strong and you've got to get on with it, and that's what I try to do.
Class.
Well, I want before we go, I want your best story that you tell at one of your nights.
Your best circuit story.
Yeah. Got to have one, haven't we?
Robbie Savage. So Paul Joel said, "Don't get involved with Robbie Savage this afternoon, so try winding you up." And I said, "I won't, Gaffer, I won't." But it was like I always say on the set, it's like me going to the bar and not getting a beer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He went, "He'll try winding you up and try getting you sent off this, that and the other." Cut a long story short, he's got in my head.
He's just got that way about him, though, hasn't he?
He's just annoying fucking. And he got in my head. We got beat 3-0. Paul Joel went mad at everybody.
What were he saying to you on
He was
pitch?
just calling me a fat bastard, fat skimp bastard.
Was it?
My head's gone, yeah.
What a dick.
So I've gone in for a tackle, gone over the top of him. We've had a bit of a ruck on the floor thing. Anyway, Paul Joel gave me the biggest bollock in that of my life. Like,
Yeah.
so I comes off the pitch, and I said to Jerry Taggart, "Have you got players by?" He says, "Yeah, just up there on the corner." I went, "Why are you going for a pint?" I said, "No, we can't have a pint, we've got to get on the court." He says, "Well, why do you want to go in there?" I says, "Will Savage be in there?" He went, "Yeah." I said, "I've just had the biggest bollock in my life for him." I said, "I want to knock the fuck out of him." So I gets in the players.
And was you as well? Was you going up there for it?
Gone, yeah, my head had gone, yeah. So we gets in the players lounge and I see him at the end of the bar and he waves, and Jerry Taggart's going, "He's waving, D." I went, you fucking won't be in a minute when I get over there. But it was packed with families and kids.
Yeah.
And I thought, how do I hit him without nobody noticing? So I went and I thought I'll punch him right in the bollocks.
Yeah.
But as I'm just going to hit him, he went, have you met my mum and dad? And it's not what I want to hear.
No.
And I went, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Savage. And Tags is like that going, you fucking shithouse, you shithouse. I says, I can't hit him now, his mum and dad's here. So cut a long story short, gets back out, because I said, oh, all the best, Sav. See you at Valley Parade. Right.
Yeah.
As I walks out, Tags went, he's fucking done you all afternoon, hasn't he? I said, yeah. He said, he's just done you again. I went, why? He went, that wasn't his mum and dad.
Some random people.
It wasn't either.
It wasn't. No. I worked with him.
Well, what were they doing when you said Mr. and Mrs. Savage?
They blanked me. And I'm thinking, no wonder they blanked me now. All the fuck's Mr. and Mrs. Savage. And obviously Sav said to me, like, I got wind of it, you were coming for me, and the only way that you're not going to whip me if my mum and dad stood next to me.
Fucking brilliant. Fair play.
Fair play to him, yeah.
I
get on really well with
Yeah.
Sam now, yeah. He's a good lad. He, like you said, I can't remember what happened, but it's just one of the things when you're coming after games, don't you? You
Yeah,
get a bollocking and you get on with it and go and have a pint and shake each other's hand.
Yeah.
And that's what you used to do in them days. The other story is obviously I told that on the other podcast really. Tony Warner came in and Tony, his nickname was Denzel off Only Fools and Horses. Yeah. And he come in, he was fucking ripped. And he's got the biggest cock I've ever seen in my life. And he says, where can I sit? I said, sit next to me, there's a place next to me. So I said, I'll go get your kit, first day training. So Phil Brown's brought him in. And he strips off, and I've never seen this cock as big as this. So I'm like that going, fucking wow. And he always used to go, all right, La, because he was a scouser.
Yeah.
He went, you like that, La? And I was going, how fucking big is it?
right there.
And it stood right next to me. And I went, can I hold it? And he went, yeah, go ahead, La, go ahead. And as I'm holding it like that, I'm going, isn't it heavy? Fucking heavy. And Tony always says to me, I've never been welcomed into a change room like that. He said, but you just made me relax after that. It was all right, you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
I say it's the biggest tail I've ever seen in my life. Fucking funny. The things you used to do in the change rooms, you get locked up.
Class, innit?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Got to stay in the change rooms, haven't they?
Got to stay in the change rooms, fucking hell. And what goes in the change room stays in the change room. But when I did a podcast, Tony Warner, he texted me and he said, I can't believe you told that.
But he's buzzing.
Oh, he was buzzing, yeah.
No, it's brilliant. Well, obviously the term legend gets thrown around quite a lot.
Yeah, but I always say that, listen, I know it's a different word in football, but I always say this sincerely. I think that these people who fight the war and the nurses and doctors and are wearing pittance, you know, and we get called legends of football or whatever. And I don't believe it.
I feel like you're a working man's
I am a working man's
legend
man.
because everyone can relate to you.
Yeah,
you're not.
But the trouble is, like, these people who fight the war and don't come back, you know, they're the ones who fucking deserve the medals.
Yeah.
You know, we get paid a lot of money to kick a football around, and you know, I was very fortunate for 20 years to play at a good level.
It's a good job, innit?
Like, it's a fucking great life.
Best job in the world.
And you know, people said, you know, what was it like? It goes very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, and I said to Josh, now enjoy every fucking day. No, what I used to do, I used to train as though it was my last training session, and I'd play a game of football as though it was my last game.
Has that come? I think that's come from the building side.
Yeah, working class
100%.
family. You see,
Yeah.
my dad was a working class. My mum worked in a factory. I worked in a factory before I was a footballer as well, and then a building site, and then.
That's what I think, because you had it, got taken away, then you've had that chance
got it
again.
back again.
Yeah, you get a lot of them.
Well,
Keep
Terry-
that hunger, don't you?
Terry Don said you had a second chance, and I took it because I didn't want to go to. I didn't want to earn £140 a week on the building site. And play for 50 quid a game for Furby.
Well, they're not a team anymore either.
Well, they've changed the name now, aren't they?
Have they?
Furby FC or something like that.
Yeah.
But listen, they were great days. Don't get me wrong, good non-league days, and played fucking Sunday league football. Done everything you two have done.
Yeah.
But obviously just played in the Premier League, and you know, I'm quite proud of that.
I got released like you for being too small for Bolton, but I never got another.
Never got an opportunity.
No.
Yeah, but yours weren't your stature. Yours were your
Oh
will.
shit!
You're fucking rubbish.
You watch me.
But listen, you know, if you play, listen, you get how many kids going one way or the other.
Yeah.
And I want to go down the right path. My dad said, you fucking, you know, go prove him wrong. Go.
Yeah.
And listen, when I scored the goal at Wembley, Brian Norton was my manager when he released me. When I scored the goal at Wembley, Brian Norton was the assistant manager at Hull City.
Really?
And he come on the pitch and went, I knew he'd prove me wrong.
Fucking hell, cheers, Brian.
Cheers,
Fucking 30 years later.
But it's right, and Brian said I've released that many players, and you either go down one road or the other.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and if you want to stick at it and you believe in your own ability and you work hard every day and you do the right things and you eat the right things, people say, oh, doing this loves a fucking pint, whatever. I like going socialising with people. I like going for a pint. I don't need to go for a drink.
No.
Gotta enjoy yourself.
It's like your change room, isn't it?
Don't get me wrong though, people won't see all the hard work on the training pitch and the running and stuff like that.
I used to run on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
I'd go for
you can't play to that age and to that standard without being physically fit.
You like a fucking pint or this and that. You know, and my dad said to me, Josh hates me drinking. You know, he's teetotal. He hates me drinking. But I don't go out and get drunk every day. I have a drink on the weekend with my missus or whatever. You know, I can walk in any pub in Hull and somebody will buy me a pint. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Thing is though, if you hadn't been a footballer, it'd just be a way of life. Everyone has a drink at the weekend, so nobody would mention it.
Hey, listen, and I respect Josh and Johnny for being teetotal. Well, that's your choice. Yeah. Do you know, I got brought up with drink. My dad worked for Tetley's, which is a brewery. When I was a kid, so I'd get in the van with him on my school holidays and go around delivering beer. Yeah. Not drinking beer, because he never allowed me to drink beer. But my dad liked a pint. My dad went out every weekend. And then when I started going out, you know, with my dad having a drink. But like you say,
life's changed now though, hasn't it? It's not the same as
to be fair though, I never drank, apart from them 2 little bottles of beer, I never drank 48 hours before a game. No. I did the right things, I trained hard. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you play well, sometimes you don't. But I always just come off the pitch thinking, if I don't play well, my centre half's not going to play well. Yeah. And you can't win every week, you can't play well every week, and that's what I try to, spell myself on really.
But mate, it's been an absolute pleasure. And
it's been class. You on. Enjoyed it.
No problem. Brilliant.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Have a good trip to London.
Last question.
Yes.
Have you ever played at Fratton Park?
Yes.
What?
Portsmouth. That's where you're at, innit?
Yeah. FA Cup.
I knew it.
Well, I scored my only goal for Hull in the Premier League at Fratton Park. I was the oldest player to score in the Premier League.
Hopefully I'll match you then.
I'll beat you. Nah. Good luck in the next round of the FA Cup.
Cheers, Dino.
Always, mate.
Pleasure, mate.
All right.